Hi,
So
Amy. Hi, everybody. Thanks
thanks
for
so
giving,
much.
thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to have something to say. I took some notes, but I don't know if I'm going to need to look at them because I feel like I'm really full of stuff to say. Uh, Long story short, what prompted me to come into this school was eating problems. Starting out from as a teenager, I had yo-yo, we call it yo-yo dieting. Now I know it's restriction and then binge, and then I did bulimia with exercise, and that was one of my big issues throughout my life. And I always, until, you know, I've always taken it as my problem. It's been my problem because I would compare myself with others, and here I am, so many years later, 63 years old, and I have this problem. This is my problem.
Yeah.
And what a relief it is in the school now. I mean, COVID brought me to, having so much time alone and being able to just take a look at myself and listen to podcasts. I found your podcast through the Brain Over Binge, and you were interviewed there, and I was just like, I'm gonna binge on Amy now. I binged for like, I caught up because I wanted to catch up before I joined the school, because I was like, wow, this is really cool. This understanding. It was just, I just couldn't get enough. So then I started with the school in the fall, and just so much relief around knowing that the problem, it's not my problem. Like knowing that I'm like this person, I'm my thoughts are not my thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't have to take responsibility for this horrible thing that I've had for so many years. I don't have to feel bad about it anymore. It's just it's just what happened. I just, those thoughts just came, and then and now I'm like, okay, what a relief. I can just, and I was sharing this yesterday, was it yesterday with on the call? Like, what if all those years of obsessive food problems, obsession, thinking, what am I going to eat? What am I not going to eat? Um, how is this going to work out with being over there? Because I'm going to have to eat, and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like, and then piling on top of that, the depression and the anxiety and the, like, what's wrong with me thoughts, like, and now, like knowing that it's not me. It's just, these are just thoughts. They are just a happening in my head. And then the what if question of, like, what if though these thoughts that I've hated so long and has turned into kind of self-loathing, like, my cousin got over her eating disorder in her 20s, like, comparing myself to her, like, those kind of thoughts layered in on top of the food thoughts. Oh my God, no wonder I wanted to eat and just have fullness so where I didn't have to think all those thoughts.
Yeah.
So it just became this thing, like, I just want to get full. I don't want to have these thoughts. And then to see, well, what if the thoughts are actually helping me in some way? That was big. Like, just being able to take a load off with that one what if question. I don't know if it's true. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true or not, and I don't care. It's just being able to ask the question, what if? What if those thoughts actually helped me? Then that takes the layer off of, I'm such a bad person. I'm the only one with this problem. I'm this, person who's hopeless, who can never get over this thing. I'm going to be having it the rest of my life, and I don't have only have a little bit of life left to live. I mean, talk about
Wow.
depression.
Wow.
So yeah, it just lifted that whole thing to know that my thoughts are not my thoughts. It's not my habit. It's just something that that's just what a mind does.
I love
It's
it.
just,
I love
I,
it. I love how you said, like, what if these are just happenings, like coming through my mind, I
like,
mean, and
I
you can
just,
feel like, yeah, just so much. I know everyone listening, you can feel like it's still there if it's there, but it just looks and feels so different.
not this
Yes.
frightening, scary monster anymore. It's
Mhm.
like I still have the thoughts, and I'm like, oh, okay, hello, hello. Sometimes they
Mhm.
aggravate me, sometimes they don't, and then I don't feel like this definite, like, oh, I've got to act on this thought, because if I don't, then I'll keep having these thoughts, and
Right.
now it's like more sort of like almost funny in a way.